Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the ICT AM Silver Bullet on August 21st. When you come to the charts, what do we see here? Well, we see a high up here and we see another high here. And let's see what happens. See if we take out this high or not. Alright, we do. So we have some buy side liquidity taken right here. Alright, let's see if we get a reversal. Okay, well, we have this buy side taken now. So if we have this broken right here, we also have volume imbalance right here. If we have this broken, then I would be looking to go short. Probably aim for this low, or the new week opening gap. So let's see what we get here. Alright, so we get a market structure shift right there. We also have a fair value gap right here. Let's mark that fair value gap. Okay. Alright, so what do we also have? I'd consider this a breaker block right here. It's the lowest down candle. So we got a high, a low, breaks the high, and then breaks through it, right? So when it comes back in here, I'll take a short from here. I'm beginning to really like the breaker block more than fair value gap at times because I at least definitely a confirmation to see where it's at, especially on these kind of setups, because I just think it's stronger generally than the fair value gap. And especially if they line up together, then it'd be a unicorn setup, which is really awesome. So I just like to have more confluence. Alright, so buying and selling on TradingView, I'm taking my order right here. So I'm going to sell two there. But I would have got in right here. So I'll put that on there, and I'm going to take my short position where I would have actually gotten filled. This is where it is filled because of TradingView, so just bear with me with that. Our entries and exits won't be perfect. They're all based on closed candles, so not on actual limit orders. So it's kind of hit or miss on where you get filled. But we would have got filled up here, coming right into that breaker block, right? So what I've been doing when I've been live trading, trying to see it better, more clearly, is when I see a setup like this, I'm just marking out the breaker to see if it gets broken through, and then it's a breaker. I see it in hindsight, and I usually always take my trades off fair value gaps. And I'm looking at analyzing the ones that I miss. It's usually because they come into a breaker, not the fair value gap. And so I've been starting to mark the breaker as well as the fair value gap immediately, as soon as I can. So in this one, this one would have worked out great because it didn't go into the fair value gap, but it did hit the breaker block. Okay, so I will take my partials right here and aiming for this low here or the new week opening gap. So let's see how it plays out here. Okay, I need a candle close. Alright, I can buy one there, take one off. My stop is now at break even, so let's mark my stop would be. This would be my trailing stop. I'm now break even plus one tick. So I'm like right here. Let's move this closer. Alright. And we're still going. Let's see what happens here. Alright, now we flatten there. Obviously not a great exit. We would have exited right here with our limit order. We would have bought up here, so it's a little bit better than it probably should be based on that, but it is what it is. And let's see how the rest of the session goes. We're just kind of hovering down there. Okay. All right, let's take the position off and let's see. All right, so we saw that buy-side liquidity was taken. We waited for a market structure shift. We marked out our breaker block and our fair value gap. We got in on the first entry, which was a limit order at our breaker block. We aimed for the first low for our partials, and we ended up going for the new week opening gap, and we ended up getting it. Okay? That is your AM Silver Bullet on Monday, August 21st.